Good afternoon, Jenny. How are you?
I'm okay, Ron. Fine.
Jenny, it's a pleasure to talk to you today. We're here at the Labour Party conference, and I know that you're a great campaigner for payment choice. Why are you interested in payment choice?
Well, I think I've told you my story of going to London and taking £200 with me and not being able to spend a penny of it, sadly,
So
shopping.
you went
and
back to
everything.
Wales with £200?
I went back to Wales with £200, couldn't even buy a programme at the
Yeah.
theatre, and came back and found that I, in fact, had been fined at the station because there was no machine that I could put money in, and I had to pay the fine, and I'd also paid the parking fee. So I was so irate about this, I thought, to hell with this. I'll go down a route of trying to push this about. I thought about it for a bit, and I thought I'll go down this route and push it out. And gradually I realised how many people were really cross about it.
Yeah.
They want the choice.
Yeah, you live in a relatively small town in Wales.
I do. But it's a town full of people who are quite active and interested in life, very agricultural as well. No, and I just got really interested, and then you came on board and we met you, and that's how we all got together, which was really great.
But wasn't it great to find that, in fact, you weren't alone?
Oh, absolutely.
And all the proof that we've got now is, that Link just announced that 81% of people in this country, 81% of adults, want the right to choose to use cash. So you're not in a minority, you're actually with the majority, aren't you?
I think we were very prepared for a lot of people to say, oh, it's only old people. But in fact, since January, when this all took off for us, we must have talked to hundreds of people. No one has ever said they want to see cash disappear. Even if they're young and they don't use it a lot, they still want it there. They want the choice. And that's what it's all about. And it's completely undermining our British way of life, if it goes, isn't it,
But it's the only payment method that's British. All the other payment methods belong to American companies or Chinese.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So the pound is very British. And when you talk to young people, it's not just choice that they're worried about, it's the fact that not using cash is pushing them into debt, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. And there's so many silly little things. Like I was saying to you earlier, having been married to a farmer, and there's so many little things that nobody thinks about until you really go into it. And then you think, oh, hang on, we're not going to be able to do that if cash disappears.
So it's part of the fabric of our society, cash, isn't it?
I think it is. And I think it's important to hang on to all those things. And I mean, when I'm dead and gone, I want my grandchildren still to be able to use cash. And I mean, you take churches. What's going to happen when the congregation, when they give money at the end of a church service, they're not going to give cards, are they?
Some people are, but everything we hear is that charities are getting less money now because people aren't allowed to give cash or aren't able to give cash, And one thing I always say is cash has been in the UK since the Romans came, just before the Romans came. It's worked for over 2,000 years. Why shouldn't it work today? And it does work.
It does work. Yeah, it does
Works
work.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Jenny, thank you very much for being a supporter.
It's been great to be here, and it's been lovely to meet you.
Nice to talk to you, Jenny.
And you, take
Jenny
care.
Goldsmith, thank you very much.
Not at all.